Hey, how you doing? Good to see you again, and welcome back to the show. I hope everybody is feeling healthy and good spirits tonight. So this coronavirus, it's moving, it's getting along, it's everywhere. As a matter of fact, I just heard on the news now that New York has the most cases in the nation. That's right, I think it was like 104 something. So New York, that we had one or two just last week, now seem to have the highest amount of coronavirus infected people in the nation. Crazy. It's just out of control. You don't know what to do. It's a little scary now. And it's still questions I need to have answered. There's still like food. Can we catch it from food? Can we get it from food? Think about it. Chinese food. I think we all had Chinese food. We all eat Chinese food. Maybe some of us don't, but you know, the majority of people eat Chinese food. I know I do once in a while. I'm not crazy, but I do eat Chinese food. Have I had Chinese food since I heard about the coronavirus? Have you had Chinese food since you heard about the coronavirus? I have not. I have not even eaten a freaking noodle, an egg roll, anything. And maybe that's wrong, but that's my mentality, and I think it's other people's mentality that you're relating this to China. This is where it started in China. So first thing we think Chinese food. Oh my God, don't eat Chinese food because this can transmit, and I believe that. I had to look into it. I found out some news and stuff I'm going to share with you. But I don't know if many of you go past Chinese restaurants. They're empty. Chinese restaurants I used to pass that during the week, they had crowds in there. They were full. Some more days than others had more people, on certain days, but now they're empty. And why is that? Can this virus actually be transmitted with the food brought over from China or whatever the case may be? I know we touched a lot of bases on how it's, transmitted and stuff, and washing our hands. Big thing. Keep your hands washed. Stay away from people sneezing and stuff like that. So let's get into it. Can you catch the coronavirus from food? I actually looked into it. Can you get coronavirus from food? As coronavirus rampages throughout the globe, a lot of people have questions about how it is transmitted. Among them, can you get the coronavirus from food? The Centers for Disease Control and Protection do say it's possible to get coronavirus from touching an object, but it's not the main way it spreads. As for food, the CDC concludes, currently there is no evidence to support transmission of the COVID-19 associated with food. So they're saying right now there's no evidence that it's been transmitted through food. To be sure, there's a lot that's not known about coronavirus. It is a relatively new virus on the world stage, and Chinese authorities are notoriously secretive. So they're saying that the Chinese authorities are really not giving out too much information on stuff. They're kind of being secretive about it, which is kind of crazy because everybody needs all the help they can get, man. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, man. Let's get this thing under control. It's going crazy. So the CDC says there is likely very low risk of spread from food products. Okay, so they're pretty much saying that there's a low risk to get it. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says that there is currently no evidence to support transmission through food. Coronaviruses are generally thought to be spread from person to person through respiratory droplets. Currently, there's no evidence to support transmission of COVID-19 associated with food. Before preparing or eating food, it is important to always wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds for general food safety. Throughout the day, wash your hands after blowing your nose, coughing, or sneezing, or going into the bathroom. So in case you pick something up somewhere before, you always wash, keep yourself clean. It may be possible that a person can get COVID-19 by touching a surface or object that has the virus on it, and then touching their own mouth, nose, or possibly their eyes. But this is not thought to be the main way the virus spreads. So they're saying there's possibly you can, but if somebody has it, they touch them, and you touch it, there's possible. But that's not the main way it's spreading. But it's possible. In general, because of poor survivability of these coronaviruses on surfaces, there is likely very low risk of spread from food products or packaging that are shipped over a period of days or weeks at ambient, refrigerated, or frozen temperatures. So they're saying the life of it isn't that good. In other words, it can't stay for it dies right away. You know, so anything that's being shipped that's from China or any other country that's frozen or refrigerated is going to die. It's not going to hold on. It doesn't stay alive. Harvard Medical School posed the question many are asking: can I catch the coronavirus by eating food prepared by others? Okay, here's another question: can you catch it if somebody who has it is preparing the food for you? We are still learning about transmission of the COVID-19. It's not clear if this is possible, but if so, it would be more likely to be the exception than the rule. That said, COVID-19 and other coronaviruses have been detected in the stool of certain patients, so we currently cannot rule out the possibility of occasional transmission from infected food handlers. So here they're saying that in people's stools, they found the coronavirus, which means they must have ingested it, ate it. So if it can't be from the food because the food is cooked and it boils it off, it doesn't, it can't live in that, and it can't be shipped over, whatever the case may be. The person that handled it might have had something. Maybe they wiped their nose, touched your plate, and now you touch the plate and eat the food, whatever. But they're still checking that out. But they did say they found it in stool. So they're saying transmission from infected food handlers is a possibility. The virus would likely be killed by cooking the food. So they're just saying that right there. The virus, if it's cooked, it will be killed. So it can't really be from the food, they're saying. Now, the Food Safety Authority of Ireland offers similar advice, saying experience with SARS and MERS suggests that people are not infected with the virus through food. So it is unlikely the virus is passed on through food, and there is no evidence yet of this happening with the COVID-19, the coronavirus, to date. Coronaviruses need a host, an animal or human, to grow in and cannot grow in food. So it has to grow in a human or an animal. Thorough cooking is expected to kill the virus because we know that a heat treatment of at least 30 minutes at 60 degrees centigrade is effective with SARS. So they're saying at least 30 minutes cooking on heat worked with the SARS. So it's going to work, with this virus, they believe, because they haven't really had any kind of symptoms of somebody having it from eating the food. Coronavirus mainly spreads through respiratory droplets, but can be spread by touching a surface or object. The Centers of Disease Control and Prevention has an entire page devoted to how coronavirus is spread. The virus is thought to have spread mainly from person to person, between people who are in close contact within one another, like within 6 feet, they're saying. So if you're within like arm's length or something of somebody, it's a pretty good possibility that you can catch it. They're saying within 6 feet, try to stay away, Through respiratory droplets produced when an infected person coughs or sneezes. So to say, if you're around somebody, they cough, they sneeze, the droplets that come out that we don't even see. I don't know if you ever seen a thing where somebody sneezes in a slow motion, a lot of stuff comes out. You can't see with the eye, but it's there. These droplets can land in the mouths or noses of people who are nearby or possibly be inhaled into the lungs. It may be possible that a person gets COVID-19 by touching a surface or object that has the virus on it and then touching their own mouth or nose or possibly their eyes. But this is not thought to be the main way the virus spreads. According to the CDC, is responding to an outbreak of respiratory disease caused by a novel coronavirus that was first detected in China and which has now been detected in almost 90 locations internationally, including in the United States. The virus has been named SARS-CoV-2, and the disease has been named coronavirus disease 2019, abbreviated 19. So the CDC concludes, while information so far suggests that most COVID-19 illness is mild, out of China suggests serious illness occurs in 16% of cases. Older people and people of ages with severe underlying health conditions, like heart disease, lung disease, and diabetes, for example, seem to be at the highest risk of developing the coronavirus. So let's basically put it down in a nutshell. You can't really catch it from food. As long as it's been cooked, it doesn't survive in that, okay? It's hard for you to catch it from touching things unless the virus was there almost instantaneously as you touch something, because they say it cannot survive. The only way it survives is inside humans or animals. So basically, around somebody who's sneezing or coughing, get away from them. You know, even if it's your friend or family, you don't know. You don't know who has it these days. You don't know what's going on. You yourself, if you're coughing or sneezing, go into your sleeve, wash your hands right away. The main thing is to stay safe. I mean, we can't stop living. We can't lock ourselves in a door until it's inside doors or at home until this stuff disappears. You know, it's seems like it's out there. It's a shame. It's hurting a lot of people. It's affecting a lot of people. But we have to live. We got to move on. But we have to do it with care and caution. Remember all these little things about how, you know, it actually is transmitted through respiratory droplets, coughing and sneezing, people wiping their nose and then touching you. Try not to shake hands, try not to, you know, hug right now. I mean, it's hard to do. Better safe than sorry. That's just about all it really comes down to. And again, the answer to can we catch it through food right now is no. There's no evidence that it has been transmitted through the food. Now, maybe the food handler, they're saying, you know, if somebody actually has it, touch their nose or eye, they touch your dish, you take something and you put it in your mouth, now you got it. It's scary. Makes me nervous, especially now to just say New York, where I am in New York, has the most cases in the nation. So with all that being said, I hope you guys understand now, like I do, about the food. You know, I guess we can eat Chinese food. But again, better safe than sorry. Be careful. Keep your hands washed. Stay at least 10 feet away from people, if possible. I know it's hard, man, especially here in New York. We may be in other states or whatever. You can do that. Here in New York, you walk outside, there's freaking people all over the place. All right, guys, that's what I got for you today. I hope you got something out of this. Remember, down there's a thumbs up button. Just touch it if you can. Hit the subscribe button with the bell next to it. This way, next video I put out, you get it. And enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you again soon. And stay safe, stay healthy, eat healthy. Talk to you soon.